in life. You have Roblox, says world-renowned producer, rapper, and songwriter DJ Khaled Muhammad Khaled after gently crashing his $10,000 Yamaha Wave Runner jet ski into a mangrove tree. In order to capitalize on this life-changing experience, he combined his love for Roblox and the trauma of voluntarily crashing an aquatic vehicle gently into debris into a game which made waves in the vast ocean of Roblox games. This was the tale of Build a Boat for Treasure. Nah, I'm just playing with y'all. No, just tugging on your John Shadletsky. Build a Boat for Treasure is a Roblox game made by Chill Studios, owned by Chill Thrill 709. Notable for his other creations such as Revenge of the Slimes, War of the Roblox Cards, and Trapped in the Robot Factory, Obby. While all these games were very successful in their own right, this silly little boat game he made in 2016 became his most successful and famous work because goddamn! So what do you do in this game? In Build a Boat for Treasure, you essentially build a boat for treasure. Seems pretty simple, doesn't it? Wrong! We all know that the fastest way to get to a destination is a straight line. Try pulling this method in this game and your boat will capsize instantly. There are many different areas and they have a bunch of obstacles that you have to avoid or else will damage your boat. A lot of these obstacles, you know, they make sense. You got a bunch of rocks? That's something you can find in the ocean. Fish? They swim in water. But sometimes you get some wacky, zany stuff like this. Where the hell did these come from? The back of Duncan after closing hour? And I swear to God, Chill Thrill 709 did some voodoo magic to get the spirits of all your ops imbued to this game. Bro, why is it this ball, bro? It's always this one ball. It's got beef with it. And these two ones. He got his friends too. He got his friends. They're jumping me now. They're jumping me. Oh, and the red guy, oh my god. Oh my god. Oh no, now Zeus, you too. The balls got you in this. Okay, now they got the weather too. Oh my god. They got fucking Poseidon in this. Oh my god. The balls. To be able to reach the end in one piece, you need to beef up your boat so that it can tank a bunch of obstacles. And if you don't have strong blocks, luckily this game gives you a boat motor and a car seat. So if you can't pass the first stage, that's a skill issue on your part. There are 10 total areas that vary in difficulty, and 7 of them constantly change. The 3 areas that stay the same are the entrance, which has small tiny rocks, the lighthouse, which has big rocks. You're basically screwed if your boat motor broke, and by some miracle that you survived that, there's the waterfall.
It goes down.
No, it don't.
It do go down.
Oh!
Once you actually get to the treasure, you gotta do that 100 more times because the reward is not enough to actually buy good items from the store. But once you do, you can finally purchase a decent amount of stuff to drip out your boat. You could also gamble Davy Jones's hard-earned treasure to get a piece of wood and a piece of wood, or spend more to get actually pretty good stuff, I'm not gonna lie. And if you slave away to get the treasure like a couple thousand times, you can also afford some pretty useful building tools. Now that we've discussed the premise of the game, I want to move on to the reason why I wanted to make this video. This is it. We're off to sail to find this treasure. This is going to be a dangerous journey, and some of us may perish in the process. So let us say our piece now to mark this momentous occasion. I'm going to use this treasure to buy 4 items in the Roblox catalog. This price floor is making me go broke, man. My wallet doesn't even have flies anymore because I started charging them rent.
With this treasure, I'm gonna be the king of YouTube and get all the money.
With this treasure, I'm gonna use the gold to buy bread, scratch offs, and I'm gonna go straight to the homeless shelter.
With this treasure, I'll finally learn how to jump. There's a jump button, right?
With my portion, I will buy a better microphone.
With this treasure, I build 50 Pizza Huts, all in the shape of a giant pizza.
With my Bijujo, I'm gonna cleanse this world from the
and make Roblox great again.
If I get that treasure, I'm going straight to a pawn shop. I'm gonna get me some cold hard cash and put it right into PetSim where I'm gonna bet it all on red.
If I get my hands on that treasure, I would acquire the use of advanced biotechnology so I could finally transmogrify these humans into just mere animals.
Volga Wooga, Imoga Womp. Oh, that's how you jump.
I'm gonna sell the treasure and use it to fund the Roblox movie I've been working on. Then I'm gonna party with a bunch of hoes. Too much. All right, let's make this hunt quick and easy. Let's not drag this out for 1,000+ episodes just to find it. Okay, everybody understand? What the f is that? Yeah, no one builds a damn boat in this game anymore. To be fair, I don't think the boats that people build could count as a boat, but that's besides the point. Because the amount of cool shit people make in this game is astonishing. Build a boat for treasure is not an order. It is merely a suggestion. You got people building robots, planes, tanks, anatomically correct human faces, and a crap ton of vehicles that kidnap people. A concerning amount of vehicles that kidnap people. And who could forget the gold farms that people make? Because building an actual boat is not the most efficient way to actually win the game. Why waste your time thoughtfully, skillfully, and strategically making the most indestructible boat, only for it to sink like the Titanic in the lighthouse area, when you could just use 8 simple and cheap blocks to get to the treasure 20 times faster? You might think building this would take some deep, in-depth knowledge about the game's mechanics, but you just place them down normally. If I knew this a long time ago, I would have probably built like a bunch of cool stuff and kidnapped hundreds of people. In-game, there's a lot of different gold grinder designs that people have made, but the most notable one is probably this design because of how easy it is to build and use. You literally just build a plus, put a hinge in the middle, and trap yourself between 2 glue blocks. For some reason, a lot of Build-A-Boat players call this butter. I don't know what kind of butter y'all have been consuming, because these 2 substances are literal opposites of each other. After you finish building it, you just press W and then spam space to reach Mach 10 speeds, and everything's smooth sailing from there. Except for that one area with stalactites. But if you forget that part, everything's actually smooth sailing from there. Okay, if you also forget the honeycomb area, everything is actually smooth sailing. You kind of have to slow down a bit when using these kinds of grinders because it takes a bit of time to register that you pass an area, which is also the reason why you can't just cheese the whole thing by just flying outside the map. And if you do, the chest will be laced with MFU fluorondamap, a lethal substance that kills instantly upon contact. Also, if you're not a pro gamer like me and can't fly this design with utmost skill and ease, there's magnet designs that are more stable to use. Heck, why not just make an AFK farm? Yeah, have fun doing that. These farms make it possible for people to actually build cool stuff in the game without slaving away for hours battling Zeus, Poseidon, and comically large washing machines. And I think this is the reason why players don't quickly get bored of the game. And adding the fact that there are advanced building tools that can be purchased and essentially Minecraft redstone, people have built stuff that ain't a boat in a game about building boats. Look at this working computer. That definitely ain't a boat. Bet it can't run Doom though. This ain't even a new thing either, since people have been building this type of stuff ever since its inception. The largest boat ever and Build-A-Boat for treasure. My guy, that's a plane. I've scoured through the internet to find some Build-A-Boat builds, and I can't even fathom how some of these were even made. Like how? And why does it actually move properly? These aren't just for show either, because people unironically use these to have the most epic mech fights in all of Robloxia. Michael Bay couldn't even create this with his millions of dollars of budget. Remember the Doom one I showed you earlier? That's not the only game players have made in this game. Hill climb racing, getting over it, Plants vs Zombies. Build-A-Boat MFs will do anything but to play the actual game, to the point that they remade games to not build a boat for treasure. A working calc, for those of you that don't know, calc is short for calculator. The Witherstorm from Minecraft story mode. We're killing Ruben again with this one. And let's not forget about the hundreds of mega builds. At this point, just boot up Roblox Studio, man. Now, a lot of us know about the famous lunch kit made by the famous YouTubers, Mr. Breast, Toy Story Hat Man, and Knowledge, Strength, Integrity, known as Lunchly. And a lot of us also know that it has received multiple FDA complaints since consumers stated that they didn't like their cheese moldy Bruh, but do you know what doesn't have regulations? Build a boat. Okay, finally, an actual boat and build a boat. Man, if you don't get your ass out of here. Though these builds aren't boats, they actually seem pretty cool and harmless. The ones on YouTube Shorts, on the other hand, are the most downright diabolical things you will ever see in your entire life. There are way too many of them involving a dog defecating on random unsuspecting victims. And they're all accompanied by the slow reverb version of Mama I'm a Criminal. This is like the worst offender out of all of them.
Mama, I'm a criminal. Oh my God. Mama, I'm a criminal. Mama, I'm a criminal.
You would think that the video is about to end, but it just keeps on going. Also, why the hell do they look like Bloxors? Guys, look. Someone made a 1/10 scale replica of Queso. Whoa, 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 why is he getting freaky? Kidnapping prank? You didn't even have a chance to point where the camera is because he just straight up exploded the van. Everybody knows the thing separating pranks from literal crimes is crisp 4K 60 FPS footage. I don't even know how a number of these got past YouTube moderation because some of them have a plonker sticking out. This one has 8.3 million views, by the way. Buildable for Treasure may seem like a boat game at first glance, but it's a building game in its essence, and it does that very well. The amount of shenanigans you can do in this game is endless, since there's actually stuff to do after you get the treasure. Did I mention there's a PvP mode? And the fact that there are ways to easily get gold makes it possible for players to get enough parts to make the goofiest or most beautiful builds ever, which is undoubtedly the reason why this has stuck around for almost a decade now on the platform. The game even embraces this fact because they hold building competitions that a lot of people in the community participate in. I like the fact that they call it Boat of the Season or Boat of the Week, and the majority of the time the winner is this. Again, you know, let me reiterate, that ain't a damn boat. Buildable for Treasure is a testament to the fact that if you give the players freedom, they will entertain themselves. And get that sweet premium payout, baby! Wait! I got something to tell you guys. Guess who just got free stuff? That's right, that's me! That's me! I'd like to thank Innocent for sending me their 49-inch 49 QNR OLED ultra-wide curved gaming monitor. That's a lot of words. And right off the bat, all I could say is, this thing is massive. Like, no joke. It's the size of my entire desk. With its 49-inch wide 1440p OLED screen, it's very useful for productivity and watching your favorite YouTube shorts. Look how much space you have on the side. It's awesome. You can even put more side by side for more efficient doom scrolling. Jokes aside, I've been editing with this for a while now, and it's been a blast. The wide screen honestly helps so much with the DaVinci Resolve timeline, and using Windows Power Toys, I could basically split the monitor into multiple sections, essentially having multiple monitors without the borders. Also, the 144Hz refresh rate, oh man, it feels so much more responsive. I've been using 60Hz monitors all my life, and going back to that now is like watching the extra stylized version of Into the Spider-Verse. If you're in the market for an ultra-wide monitor, this is honestly a pretty solid choice. Again, thanks to Innocent for sending this out, and the link for it will be in the description. Oh, and by the way, they're doing a giveaway on their Twitter or X, so be sure to check that out.